Hey everyone, and welcome to Holy Grail Eats. I'm your host, Thomas Miller, the Foodie Guy. Coming up on today's episode, as a professional food blogger, it takes a lot to wow me these days, but our next place has a dessert on the menu that did just that. Then we head over to the island in Vero Beach for an authentic Cuban dish being served at one of Vero's premier resort hotels. So let's dive right in and see what these two restaurants have to offer and what I have to eat. My name is Thomas Miller. I'm a professional food blogger, and I've been on a journey for the last 7 years to find the best dishes in Indian River County. So join me as we visit a few local hotspots to taste the best that this county has to offer. This is Holy Grail Eats. Well, the name says ice cream. What they're making here is gelato, and they have an award-winning flavor on the menu with a unique name, one that you'll understand once you've had a taste of it. This is Sweet Kiss ice cream.
This gelato is really good. It's super creamy, and you can definitely taste the nuts in it. The pistachio is definitely a flavor that is prominent.
This is amazing. I've never tasted anything quite like it. It's so delicious.
This is absolutely delicious. It's so light and refreshing, and oh, it's so good. You just can't get enough of it.
The results are in. Everyone was wowed by the flavor. Now let's go into the kitchen with Livia and see how this is made. Hey Livia, thanks for having us in the Sweet Kiss kitchen today.
Hey, Thomas.
Why don't you take us through the making of your WOW Gelato?
All right, let's do that. So first, we are going to measure up the base for the gelato. So
the ingredients, do they come from Italy?
they all come from Italy, yes, sir. All right, so next is our sugar.
So this is low calorie?
Very.
Okay, what's the next
I'm gonna
step?
grab the dextrose,
Okay.
which kind of makes the texture nicer and fluffier without adding too much sweetness to
Sure.
it. All right, and powdered milk, also to make the creaminess.
Okay.
All right, so now this is kind of the base of every flavor.
Okay.
And then now we have to add the actual yogurt, which is a dehydrated version of it, so that way it's easy to ship, you know?
Also from Italy?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything from the same company. So next is our half and half.
Okay.
Just a little bit, but most of it is going to be just the organic milk in the base.
You said you have several hundred flavors that you have?
106 right now
Okay.
at the moment, yes.
So how did the WOW flavor get its name?
We were real creative with putting the ingredients together, but we ran out of names, honestly. So we were stuck with my mom, so how are we gonna name this flavor? And she ended up giving out little samples for everyone sitting in the store.
Okay.
And every single person said after tasting it, wow. So my mom was just like, that's the name.
Hey, that's a great story.
And yes,
So all the ingredients are in here. It looks like it needs a little mixing before we pour it into the machine.
A lot of mixing.
So how are we gonna do that?
So I have this huge blender right here. I'm gonna set this together and immerse it into the liquid.
Awesome.
And then it's gonna be a little noisy, but it's worth it, I promise.
That's fine.
Okay?
Perfect.
All right, looking good.
All right, so what's the next step?
We're gonna pour this inside of the machine and we'll freeze it.
Awesome. Smells good.
Smells yogurty, huh?
Yes, it does. So
But
once
you
it's in and the machine's on, how much longer do we have to wait before we put the gelato
When we
together?
finally get gelato, it's gonna be about 10 minutes.
All right.
Not that much, I promise. All right, so the gelato is done. We are going to put it in the pan and also put the toppings in it. So that's the first thing we're gonna add, the peach marmalade. All right, and then this is pistachios and hazelnuts. I roast them myself, so it's always fresh. And then comes the next layer. Yeah, it definitely has to be layered. because otherwise, you know, my girls wouldn't be able to serve the same flavor practically to every single person. So, all right, so that's how we looking like when we are done.
Olivia, that looks fantastic. I've never had it fresh from the machine, so this is a real treat.
Enjoy.
So simple yet so delicious. It's creamy. You can definitely taste the peach marmalade in there and get a little crunch from those nuts. Olivia, thank you so much for having us in the kitchen today and showing us how you make this WOW Gelato. It is truly wow.
Thank you, it was my pleasure.
Thank you. Stay tuned, more Holy Grail Eats coming up after these highlights from Season 1.
Are you a seafood lover? Then you have to come to the Crab Stop for the ultimate seafood dining experience. This humble seafood restaurant is locally owned and has the best garlic crabs in town. Visit Crab Stop today. The Riverside Cafe is located on the Indian River and offers a great dining experience with spectacular views. The menu features a variety of classic American dishes expertly crafted by Chef Brandon Howard. Experience it for yourself today.
Our next and final stop this season is at a restaurant located inside Costa Resort owned by Emilio and Gloria Stefan. With the owner's Cuban heritage and location right on the Atlantic Ocean, we're here to check out the chef's favorite Cuban-inspired seafood dish. This is the WOW Kitchen and Bar.
Wow, this paella is phenomenal.
The restaurant is fabulous. The food, I can't say enough about it.
Amazing as always. They never let you down here at the WOW in Costa del Este.
My hat's off to Chef Armando. This paella is absolutely delicious.
The seafood paella at the WOW Kitchen and Bar is truly a Holy Grail Eats dish. Now let's go into the kitchen with Chef Armando and see how it's made. Hey Chef, thanks for having me in your kitchen today.
Thank you.
Why don't you take us through the making of your seafood paella dish?
Okay, let me give you a little bit of a rundown how we prepare it here at Costa.
Great.
Let's start with the sofrito.
Okay.
The sofrito is the basic beginning of cooking. Every country, every region got different sofritos. The one that we do here is peppers and garlic.
Isn't it similar to like a mirepoix, like for French cooking, only but for Spanish?
Pretty much.
Similar?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we add a little bit of oil. You want it hot, but you don't want it too hot because you don't want to burn the peppers.
Sure.
So you hit that sizzle, and then we're going to start with that. To that, we're going to add some dry Spanish chorizo. We have our shrimp. We just want to get them halfway there.
Okay.
And then we have our scallops.
Scallops are one of my absolute favorite seafood, Chef.
Yeah, me too. I prefer this over lobster.
Yes. Just a little pre-cook and also to help season the dish a little more.
And then we're gonna take that out and finish it in the oven here. So we add our chicken. This is chicken breast.
Okay.
What we will do is deglaze that with a little white wine.
Okay.
So while that reduces, we're gonna put the alcohol out. We got a fish fumet, very nice and clear, almost like a fish stock.
Okay.
We do a lot of aromatics. So during our process, I know if you're from Florida, the Goya products has these packages. They has annatto and saffron.
Okay.
We will use that, add a little sprinkle to that, and then we will add the rice. So the amount of that, we're gonna need approximately 4 cups.
Okay.
What we're gonna do now is go back. At this point, we can kind of lower the heat. You can get as creative as you want. And then we want to wait for the scallop at the last minute.
Okay.
Because the scallop will cook
very quickly.
pretty fast, yes. So we go from here and feel that heat. Sit in the oven, and then we wait.
Okay.
All right, so we put it in the oven for about 7-8 minutes. So at this point, we're gonna check. So at this point, we wanna add the scallops. We wanna finish them. Some people like green beans. We like to use peas. It adds a little bit of sweetness with it. And we're gonna place it back.
Okay.
We wanna finish it for another, it's just got a couple of more minutes, 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. So carefully, yes, hold it by your handles. This is why it's handy to use this type of pans, because it can get pretty hot.
Very hot,
Yeah.
but very delicious, Chef.
Yes.
That is a fantastic dish.
Yes, very popular with us here.
All right, Chef, thanks for having me in your kitchen today and showing us how to make the seafood paella dish.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. That's a wrap for Season 2 of Holy Grail Eats. Stay tuned next summer as we feature more local restaurants and their fabulous dishes.